Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Hope everybody's having a great day today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about whether a coding bootcamp is still worth it in 2025. Now, I am a big believer in a coding bootcamp. I think it's great. It gives you 3 to 6 months of hands-on experience for whatever area in tech you want to jump into. So if you want to jump into software development, front end, back end, mobile, all that's going to be covered in a particular bootcamp that you choose. And I'm going to give you reasons why it is worth it, in my opinion, and then also maybe some reasons why it's not worth it. And maybe you have to look at different alternatives. So a coding bootcamp is worth it if you want to fast track your career. If you're in a different career setting, maybe you're doing finance, you're in healthcare, you're working at a local supermarket, and you really want to get into tech, this might be the answer for you. The biggest thing though is that, when it comes to a boot camp, you have to stay consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to gain any progress. And doing it on your own, if you're trying to learn as much as you can, the problem is that you're going to get lost in terms of what needs to be done. You're not going to know where to start first. So doing YouTube tutorials could get you to where you need to be, but ultimately, when it comes to getting the foundations correct and the fundamentals, a coding bootcamp is well worth it. I mean, you're getting 3 to 6 months of experience, you're working with other students in the class, you're building real world projects, and you're understanding what it takes to become a developer. Going to a university, I mean, you're going to be spending 3 to 4 years as a computer science major, taking all these classes that you probably don't even need and spending a lot of money at the same time. So with the coding bootcamp, you still have to pay some money up front, but it won't be as much as it is going to a university where you have to take out loans if you don't have the money on hand, or if you have the money, you're going to be spending a lot of bread. Another reason is that you learn best in a structured environment, meaning that there's an instructor that's giving you all the information that you need in terms of what you're trying to learn. So say, for example, if you're trying to become a front-end developer, they will give you information on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript just to kind of get your feet wet with the foundation. Then from there, you're going to start using frameworks like React.js, Angular, Vue. So based off of that, then you can start building web applications more effectively. Understanding reusable components, understanding the lifecycle components, custom hooks, using APIs, everything is going to be coming at you at a faster pace to where you could just reference the material and actually work on whatever you need to work on. But ultimately, it comes down to how much time you're willing to not only put into the bootcamp, but also in your free time to code and learn and build and grow. That's the biggest thing. If you are just relying on the bootcamp itself to give you that knowledge, yes, you're going to get somewhere, but you need to take actionable steps to really sit down, code for an hour, and do that consistently every single day. I talked about networking, right? Networking is very important. So with some of these coding boot camps, they can actually put you in a job. I don't know how it is today in 2025 to where you might have some success with that. You might have to do a little bit more research and ask those questions as soon as I finish this boot camp and I'm paying all this money up front, will I get a job right after this? And if they say they utilize a network of people that are looking for hungry developers to jump in and work with them, that might be the way to go. But just don't go for a regular boot camp that just says, okay, you're going to be learning this language or you're going to be learning these frameworks and these fundamentals. And then at the end of the boot camp, you don't get any job placement. There's no networking. You have to fend for yourself, basically. So work with the coding boot camp that could probably help you with just job placement, maybe resume review, any of your projects that you're doing on the side. Do you want them to review it with the instructor or whoever is available? Do that. And if, for example, if you need me to review anything that you're doing right now, just let me know at thefullstackbro@gmail.com. I can look at your resume, your projects, give you great feedback in terms of what you need to do and what you need to focus on. Networking is going to get you in the door a lot faster. It's going to bypass a lot of the application process that you see today, where you put in an application and you're just waiting to hear back. You're at the mercy of these companies. So hopefully, you know, with that network of people that is with the coding bootcamp, and they're working with you to find a job, and then once you get that job, maybe you have to pay them from your paycheck. That's a great deal. You're getting experience, you're getting verbal experience, you actually have a job that you can put on your resume, and you're getting paid. You just have to pay a small fee back to the coding bootcamp. Here's where a coding bootcamp might not be for you. And this could be a lot of different factors, okay? But the top three that I just want to home in on you guys is that you're looking to have a high paying job right out of the gate. I'm gonna tell you right now, when you're first starting, you have zero experience, ain't no way you getting paid 6 figures. If you're gunning for 6 figures, that's a great goal. But to think, okay, I got these skills now I'm gonna make 6 figures, it comes down to experience, okay? A coding bootcamp certificate is not gonna get you a 6-figure salary. You have to have experience that comes with it. So if this is your first job, be prepared that you're gonna get paid at least in the mid-range, 60,000, depending on the area that you live in. It might be a little higher, but this is the long game. This is not instant gratification. You have to put in the work. A year to 2 years of experience might get you to that six figure number, but you have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, bro, forget about it. You're gonna be at the same salary, you're gonna be complaining. Trust me. The first job I ever had, I think I got paid $40,000 a year. I pushed myself to get the experience that I needed to get to a better salary. I mean, you could fast track your way to getting a better salary, but it all depends on how much work you're gonna put in. If you can learn on your own and you're really good at, you know, staying consistent, being disciplined every day, you're sitting at the computer and you're coding something, you're learning something, then there are free tools out there that you could utilize. There are free courses out there that you could use. A coding bootcamp might not even be necessary at that point. If you're that consistent and you're actually building projects, you're putting it on your GitHub, you created a portfolio and you're ready to go, you need to have some type of experience. That's gonna help you. If not, then you got a lot of work to do. Then the last thing for whether you should be doing a coding bootcamp or not, I mean, it comes down to money. You know, the reason why you want to do a coding bootcamp is to improve your cost of living. Or you really love to code, you really love tech. If you can't afford it, then it makes sense maybe not to look into a coding bootcamp at this time. If they have financial aid and you're able to manage the payments after the coding bootcamp is done, then definitely go for it. If you don't have the money, you don't have the funds, it's okay. Use a free resource, start learning as much as you can, and then really think about it once you have that money, whether you want to go with the coding bootcamp just to get that certificate, put it on your resume, and throw yourself out there to find a job. The biggest thing is doing the research. If you do the research and understand, all right, this coding bootcamp is gonna have what I need, and I'm actually gonna get a job, and you speak to whoever you need to speak to get clarification on that and get their word that they'll get you a job after the fact, it's all worth it. That's it, guys. That's the video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you think coding bootcamps are still worth it today. If you are actively using a coding bootcamp, how is it? Are you actually getting practical advice? Are you really building projects on your own? Are you understanding the fundamentals? Definitely want to hear you guys in the comments. All right, we'll talk soon.